Alrighty then. Thank you for joining me on today's training regarding Facebook. I wanted to share a few stats with you because, a lot of people are under the impression that Facebook is for kids, Facebook is not for their business, or, my customers aren't on Facebook. And I just wanted to share a few stats with you. Let's just jump right in. How many users does Facebook have? Let's go and have a look. And these stats change all the time. So currently, we're sitting on 2.41 billion users. That's worldwide. Now, that's incredible. Now, you might say, well, in my country, the stats are different. I can tell you now that in every single country, the stats are pretty much consistent in terms of Facebook users. Facebook has recently purchased Instagram. Well, it's not that recent anymore. It's been a few years now. And one of the fastest growing segments, just as a matter of interest in Instagram, are ladies over the age of 45. Now, while that's still a relatively small audience compared to the rest of Instagram, it's one of the fastest growing segments within Instagram currently. And that just shows you how the demographic of any platform changes. If you have a look at worldwide, you're sitting at 2.41 billion users, and you can track it here from 2008, where we're talking about 100 million users, and 11 years later, in 2012, it looks like they crossed the 1 billion mark, and they crossed the 2 billion mark in 2017, and it looks like we're still on track to get to 3 billion users. Now, you must understand that we're heading towards 50% of the planet, being active Facebook user. And what's an active Facebook user? It's somebody that's logged onto Facebook within the last 30 days. So the days of making statements, my customers are not on Facebook, I think are well and truly over. It's like anything. If you haven't tasted it, how do you know if you like it or not? If you haven't tested Facebook, how do you really know if your customers are not on there? Are you going on somebody else's opinion? Are you going on your actual experience? And what was your experience? Did you outsource your Facebook advertising to somebody, or did you do it yourself? So there's so many variables. As a lead generation specialist, one of the best performing platforms to date still remains Facebook. And that's largely because of the ability to hone in on audiences. They have got so many data points that they track that we're not even aware of what they're tracking. And that's up for debate at the moment in terms of privacy concerns, and we all know about Cambridge Analytica, and that's probably a larger decision that society is going to have to make. But I can tell you, on the ground, general users don't really care about privacy. A lot of people do claim that they care about privacy, and then they allow Facebook to track them. They allow Google to track them. They say yes every time they download an app. So they've allowed all these apps to track them, and these apps then start prompting them with information or more information that they want to see. So it becomes a matter of convenience for them. And what Facebook allows you to do is with hyper accuracy to target audiences that match the demographics and the psychographics of your ideal clients. Now, why that's important is, history and marketing has shown that if you can target people who have got similar demographics and psychographics as to your ideal customers, they're probably going to spend their money in similar patterns as your ideal customers do. And what that means is if you put an advert in front of them, if you put content in front of them, they're probably going to behave the same way that your ideal customers are currently behaving, and they're going to consume your content and they're going to make use of your services. So that's why that is absolute gold, and it's a real, it's really, I want to say it's a ninja trick, but there's no trickery about it. It's a tool that Facebook has provided. So we know Facebook as this amazing social network, which it is. It allows people to track family members across the planet. It's convenient in terms of staying up to date in this time pressure environment that we find ourselves in at the moment, where time is a real commodity. We can stay up to date with our friends and family and colleagues. So it really is a fantastic social network. But at its core, it's not a social network, it's a marketing platform. Facebook is a business, and they're in the business of putting the ideal advertisements or content in front of the right audience. So, as opposed to television or radio or print media or any of the traditional type platforms where anybody who's on the platform then has to consume that content, whether they have intent or not, Facebook allows you to only show your content to the audience of your choosing. So that's why Facebook is so important. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to set up your page correctly, your Facebook page. I'm going to show you how to set up your ad account and your business manager, because these are three tools that all business owners, business managers, anybody that's involved with marketing, whether it's products or services, whether it's B2B, business to business, or B2C, business to customer, should have. If you don't have these tools, then chances are what you've been doing on Facebook, if you've paid any money across to them, is you've been boosting posts. And a boosted post really, unfortunately, helps Facebook, and it doesn't help the user. Most of those posts are then seen by people who might like the content. They might even share the content, but they have got no buyer's intent. So for vanity metrics, and what I mean by vanity metrics, it makes you feel good about what happened. You see a lot of likes, you see a lot of shares, you see all those type of things happening, but you don't see any clients booking your services or purchasing your products. And that's because it's designed to boost those vanity metrics of likes and shares and engagement and all of those great things. And I say great things in inverted commas because it's great for Facebook. It's great for your business to a certain degree, in terms of there is a bit of social proof. So people can see, okay, you have got a page and some people are liking your page. So that's great. But in terms of actual business results, boosting posts very rarely produce any results at all. So let me just jump right into it. So what I want to do is I just did a simple Google search, and I really suggest this is how you guys do it. Just open up Google and you just type in how to set up your business manager account in Facebook. That's probably going to be the quickest and easiest way for you to get there. Then there's no confusion. So just remember that, how to set up your business manager account in Facebook. And I mean, Google's a very powerful tool in terms of finding resources. So what comes up first on my search was Facebook themselves. They then show us how to create your business manager. So let's go and open it up and let's see what populates. All right, so they've opened up a page. It's a business center, or Facebook Business Center. And what's going to happen here, it's going to explain to you, line by line, exactly how to do it. But there's a few things you need to do before you begin. So let's just scroll down, and I'm going to just take you through what you need to do. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to business.facebook.com and you want to create an account. What you're going to have to do before that, though, is you're going to have to create a page for your business if you haven't already. So let's just follow the steps and click on business.facebook.com, and let's go through the entire process from scratch. Okay, so if you don't already have a Facebook page, you're going to have to create a personal Facebook page. So this is not your business page. And chances are, 90% of people watching this already have a personal Facebook page. And the way to test it is just type in the word Facebook in your Google search, press enter. And then you can just click on Facebook, log in or sign up. And then a page that looks like this will open. Now, I've already got Facebook pages, so you can see here they are here. And if you do have one, all you have to do is enter your email or your phone number that you use to create your account and your password. If you don't have one, then you're going to have to set up a personal account. So you're going to have to put your first name in, put your last name in, put your mobile number or email address that you want to use, create a password, give them your birth date. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's no trickery or anything that they want to do with your birthday. They just want to confirm that you're over the age of 18 is if I remember. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Over the age of 13, if I remember correctly, and then they're going to wish you happy birthday on your birthday. So you can then create, let them know if you're male or female, or if you choose not to, you can create custom, which is fine, and then you can sign up. And once you've signed up, you will then create yourself a Facebook account. So I'm just going to enter my details. And I'm going to log in. So once I've logged in, it's going to show something like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out again so that I can attempt to click on create an account, which would then show you the screens that you are going to see. While it's doing that, let's just recap. So what you want to do is you want to type in how to set up your business manager account. And it'll open up a page like that. Then you're going to click on create your business manager, which is on facebook.com, which is business help. So what I would suggest you do now is if you haven't created a personal Facebook account, then you need to go and create a personal Facebook account. And now what we're going to do is just follow the steps. So we're going to go to businessfacebook.com. And I'm going to open it up in a new tab rather, so that I can keep that tab open. And I'm going to click on create an account. So let's create an account. It wants me to log on again, so that's fine. Let's do what they want. There we go. So I've logged in. And when you click on create an account after logging in, you're going to have to give your business and account name. So your business account name is the name of your business manager. So it's important that when we have the naming conventions, we don't worry too much about what our page is called, or what our personal Facebook page is called, or what our ad accounts page is going to be called. This is what my business manager account is going to be. So I'm going to call this Edwin Cousins, and I'm going to call it test. My name is Edwin Cousins, my email address. I'm going to have to use a separate email address because I've already used email addresses for business manager accounts, and it might pick that up. And if it does, that's fine. You will just continue with the process. But let's enter a different email address account. Okay, so now it's asking me to enter my country, South Africa, my street address, 555 Test Street. And where do I live? Where should we live? Let's live in Durban for a bit, there by the sea. And that is in Durban. The province is in Gauteng. Postal code, let's make it 3001. Business phone number. Just make one up. And then you're going to be required to enter your website. Right, so what's happened is it's only allowed me a certain number of business manager accounts, and it's not allowing me to create new business manager accounts. But that's really the process that you would have followed. So once you followed that process and you submitted it, then the next step is you would have had a page that looks something like this. And if you haven't already created, then just pause the video and go and follow the steps again, rewind if you need to, and then just follow it step by step and go and create your page. What we saw on this page was business.facebook.com, and we also had the option to create a business Facebook page. So if you don't yet have a page for your business, you can create one. So let's go and click on how do I create a Facebook page. And remember, everything I'm showing you is on Facebook's Help Center. It's just, unfortunately, they've got thousands, literally thousands of pages that you can go and find information on. So navigating it through can be a little tricky, so I just use Google for that. All right, so we want to go to facebook.com.pages.create. So facebook.com/pages/create. And this is going to then prompt us to create a new page. Now we've got a few options that we can look at. Are we looking, is your business, is it a business or is it a brand? Showcase your products and services, spotlight your brand and reach more customers on Facebook. Or are you a public figure or, a community center? So what you want to do, and by community center, I mean, are you a group or a club, as it says here? That might be a non-profit or it might not be a non-profit, but it's really aimed towards community involvement. Then you take the second option. So on this first option, business or brand is probably what most of you are going to be. So let's click on that. Let's name the page. So we're going to call it Edwin's Hair Salon. And I don't know why I've said Edwin's Hair Salon, because I clearly don't have any hair. Okay, so let's just give it a test. Edwin's Hair Salon. And which category best describes the page. So let's see if there is something. Beauty salon, hair salon. So you just type it in what is your industry or your business, and options populate the page, and then you just select one that you think is right. So we'll stick in a test. And you've got the option of not showing my address. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you select that if you've got a business where people are coming to you for your services. Because if you select that, then they're not going to be able to navigate using Facebook's navigation functions. So don't click that in if you've got a business. If you're an online business and location is not important to you, then obviously that's a different story and you can select that. So you've put in your basic details. And I always suggest putting in your contact number, your business contact number, put in your website address where you're prompted to do so if you have one. If you don't have one, it's not a train smash. You can start your digital journey on a platform like Facebook only, but at a later stage, I would highly recommend that you get onto a website. And even more importantly than a website is a sales funnel. And in later training videos, I'll talk about sales funnels and how they can assist you. So what we want to do is we want to upload a profile pic. So what I recommend with profile pics is always try and include the phone number of your business, or a website address or an email address. So even though Facebook has functionality for people to, at a click of a button, to contact you, some people still prefer trying to dial a number. And it is available on the Facebook page, but it doesn't always mean that people know where to go and search and where to look for it. So I'm going to go and click on a tool that we use. It's a free tool, canva.com, canva.com, canva.com. So there's a free version and a paid version. And this is an incredible tool because it makes design work so much easier. So what you will do is you just click on create a design. So at this stage, I want to do a Facebook profile pic and I want to do a Facebook cover. So I'm going to just use Instagram post because that's a nice size for my Facebook profile picture. And then I'm going to revisit this and I'm going to create a Facebook cover as well in canva.com. So once Canva opens, you'll see that there's a whole lot of pre-populated options that you've got here, but there's also something called uploads, where it allows you to upload an image. And you can just grab an image and from your PC. So I've uploaded stock images that I've got off the internet, and please always make sure if you're going to use stock images that you either purchase them or you use them from free sites. And if you're using them from free sites, then what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's licensed for commercial use and for reuse. So there's a nice profile picture that we can use. You can see I just clicked on the image, it populated this image, and then what I want to do is I want to go and click on text. And I've got a selection. I can add a heading, I can add a subheading, or just a bit of, or a paragraph, which is a body of text. Otherwise, what you can do is you can choose from these pre-populated multi-font combinations that they've already given you. So all I want to do is I want to add a headline, and I just want to put in my phone number so that people can contact me. I think I'm going to change that to a different color so it can pop a bit. Let's change it to white, and maybe I just want to make it a little bit bigger. I also don't like the font for that number, so I'll click on fonts, and I'll go and choose just a nice font where it's pretty easy to read the different numbers. I like that font, but the spacing is a bit too close to each other, so I'm going to stretch it out a bit like that. So you notice I clicked on the spacing tab, and it allowed me to stretch it out slightly. Now if I click on the number here, I can then literally just move it to wherever I want to move it, and there we have it. I can then go and rename it, so I can call it Edwin's Hair Salon Contact Number Facebook Profile Pic. And I can click on the download button. It says PNG. I like to go for JPEG. I'd like a good quality image, which is quite large. And I click on download, and there we go. I've now got a nice picture I can use, and I can upload that to my Facebook profile pic. Now, this is also available on mobile, so you don't have to do this on a PC. The layout is slightly different, but the functionality is pretty much the same. So you'd go and play around a bit, and then once you played around on your mobile device, you'd be, often I'll just quickly use images that I've shot and add a logo or something just on my mobile device and then go and post it. I find once you're used to it that it's a lot quicker, but this is how you do it on a desktop. So now I'm going to upload a profile pic. So it should be in my downloads folder. There it is. Might give me a sizing issue. If it does, then we'll just simply go and resize it. Okay, so now we've gone step 2 of 2, upload a cover photo. So now we can just go and create a cover photo. So you go back to canva.com, you click on create a design, and you select Facebook cover. What's nice about this is they've got all the sizing, all the sizings already preset. So I don't have to worry if this is going to fit or not, because Canva has kindly set it up so that all I have to do is I have to insert the content. So this looks like a nice little image that I can use, or a template, and it's free. So there's free versions and paid versions. I'll just select the free version. It fills it up nicely. I'll go and click on uploads, and I'm going to just, while it's busy loading that, I'm going to just change this, and I'm going to include my details. So let's change the text. So you just double click on it, you highlight it, and let's call it Edwin's Hair Salon. Not a very catchy business name, I must say. So hopefully you guys put a lot more thought into your business names than what I did. And just while we're on that, business names are very interesting. People often overthink it, and they try and get a lot of meaning into it. And if you can, if you come up with something quirky, that's great. If not, always remember the likes of Google, Amazon. These names don't really have any link or connotation to what the services are that are being provided. So what you're looking for is you're looking for something catchy, or memorable. Like Google became extremely memorable. It's now part of our vocabulary, and we'll say go Google it instead of go search for it. So what I'm saying by that is choose something that's kind of memorable for your business name. It doesn't have to correlate with the business. It can be a made up name, it can be a combination of initials, whatever it is. And you can always have a catchphrase which then explains, what it is that you guys do. So in my hair salon, we cater for the bald generation. So come and trim your beard, or something like that. So that's just, and then always remember what you want to do is, once again, I'm a firm believer of including phone numbers in here, so that it's on your Facebook cover as well. All right. So, and then once you've chosen your name, the next step is to get, brand association with that. And that's where the likes of Facebook and all the other social media platforms come in very handy, is that you can really, build a large following online and convert that following into paying customers, in your business. Great. So there we've got, there's a great Facebook cover as it is, but you can replace this. If you are in the health and beauty industry, then this is phenomenal for you, because you guys produce such amazing artwork every single day. Those works of art that leave your salons just need a smartphone, a quick pose, and snap. There you go. You've got some beautiful imagery. The quality of the pics being produced nowadays by smartphones, and the filters that they come with are just phenomenal. So you just get the person to stand still, hold it, make sure there's good lighting, make sure there's nice background, and boom, there you go. Take a great photo, and you can use your own images. So I don't have a salon, and I don't have my own images, so I'm just going to kind of steal some free online images. And you'll see with the template, all I have to do is hover over it, and it will populate it for me automatically. Okay, so there we go. We've cleared it. So remember what you do. You click on download. I change it normally to JPEG, and I'll give it a nice high quality. So I'll turn that to maximum. And once it's done that, I'll just download it. And it's already been named what I want it to be named, so it took the name automatically from the title text, but you can change the naming convention. And once you've done, just wait for it to populate your screen, and then that will confirm that it's actually downloaded, and there we go, it's downloaded. So now I can go back and I can upload my cover photo. And I've got a funky looking cover photo that's going to fit nicely into its place, which will then have my phone number on it, and it's going to tell any visitors who consume your content or land on your page exactly what it is that you're all about. So there you can see I've got a nice profile picture, I've got my phone number on it, just waiting for the cover photo to populate. Sometimes it just takes a while, so just be patient with it. And if there was an issue, then then you would just go and reload it. So while I'm busy, I'm going to just leave it and see if it loads up. If not, I'll just go and load up that image. Okay, so automatically it gives you page tips. So the easiest thing to do is just to click on those page tips. And once it does that, you can then go and customize your page. So you can create a username. So it's Edwin's Hair Salon at Bald Buddies. And we've created a username. And it's been created. So there is a shortcut now. It's fb.me/baldbuddies, and that would take that would take them directly to my Facebook page, and messenger pages would be m.me/baldbuddies. So there I've got a link, almost like a website, straight to my Facebook page and to my Facebook Messenger. Now remember, this is separate from your personal page. This is now a business page. And there we go. We gave it some time, and what's happened is it has uploaded our image. So now we've got a nice landing page. We've got a profile picture, we've got a cover picture, we've got a phone number, and in there it tells exactly what it is, what our business is all about. You can go ahead and invite friends if you want to this page. For now, what I'm going to do is continue the setup. Okay. You will also notice, if you look at the URL on the top left-hand side, it's changed to facebook.com/baldbuddies. Okay, and that was that username that we created. So let's continue with our page tips. And you can then go and create content for your page. So I'm not going to go through that in this video. I just want to complete the setup. So the next thing that you can do is you can go into the About section, which is over here. And you can go and enter all the details regarding your business. So you can see we are in the specific address that we selected. If not, you can go and edit that. There's a phone number already. There is the link if somebody wants to chat with me. So let's start with add a button. So the add a button function, it allows anybody landing on your page to contact you in various ways. So you can either let them book an appointment directly with you. You can allow them to contact you, learn more about your business, shop with you, download your app. So let's, for the sake of ease, let's just go with contact us, and we'll just simply say contact us, or call now is even better. So call now is what we want. So they can call us, or they can send an email, whatever you prefer. But at this stage, we want to add our phone number. So our phone number, you just select the correct country. And then you want to select your number. And what that does is it will then allow people on their mobiles, when they see this call now, to click on it, and it will dial you automatically. So you can link that up to various options that I showed you. So we can go back to edit, and we can just go through it. Here we can allow people to book with us, and we can set up a book now function where we can then allow people to set appointments with us, which I quite like. It's a great tool, and it allows people to book directly with you online. So let's say my salon is open on Sundays, it's not open on Mondays, and we are open from 9 to 5 every day, as an example. And you can change that, if you wanted to make it to 6:30, then so be it. And you could change it, per day. Go to next. Appointment approval, yes. So you don't want to just let it auto-populate your appointment schedule. You want to approve those appointments first. And then if you already have bookings, you can allow clients to double book. So it means 3 people can book at once because you're approving it. What that means is you can then reroute those bookings to specific stylists. Alternatively, you can then reject the booking and you can contact the client and give them alternates available. And you can sync this to a Google Calendar as well, which will then, if you set up a Google Calendar for your business, it will then auto prompt you regarding upcoming appointments. So we found this works quite well as well. If you already have software in place, some sort of booking software, then you might not want to use this because it's going to cause confusion. And then all you do is you can reroute this through to a phone number or an email or anything like that. Okay, then it gives you the options to add services, so they can select what they want to do. So I want let's just say a beard trim is one of them. The price you don't always have to put in. If you put a price in, always remember to go and change it. Otherwise, you're going to come unstuck at a later stage. So the description, what it's all about, and then you can give a description. How long is it? Is it a 30-minute? Is it normally 15 minutes? How long do you take? Do you need extra time? And you can add a photo and you can save it here. So I'm not going to go through all of that. That's really sort of self-explanatory. You just click on the link and you upload your photo and you give your descriptions. But I'm just showing you the functionality that exists. You might want to come for a manicure at Edwin's hair salon, where bald people are welcomed. So it could be manicure. And let's say that takes a little bit longer, 45 minutes, save. So you get the idea. You can add a whole lot of services so people can then automatically book services. So now we've set up the contact us button. In this instance, we've now used the appointment schedule. And then you can then test it, and you can make sure that it's synced through to your Google page. So what I suggest is you get somebody who's not an administrator of your Facebook page to literally go click on the button and to test the appointment and see if the permission comes through to you. Okay, so let's go back to where we were. So guys, I'm talking slower on purpose. So, and the reason for that is so that you can absorb it. So forgive my monotonous tone. If you find that this is way too slow for you, just watch the video at a higher speed. I might sound a bit like a chipmunk, but if you want to get through it a lot quicker, then that's what you can do. Okay, so we want to go to about. Once we click on About, you'll see it's got a section here that's called Edit Page Info, and that's going to allow you to add a whole lot more functionality to your page or information. You can give a description of your page. So I'll just run through everything. I'm not going to enter everything now, but that's what you can do. So you can give a full description and give a nice description about what the business is about, and always try and make it about your customers' pain points. Instead of telling them how long you've been in business or how wonderful and amazing your business is, because it is wonderful and amazing, but instead of doing that, rather give it some thought as to why do people come and make use of your services? What are they actually trying to get out of it? And then talk to those pain points. So then you want to add a description to say, this is who we cater for. These are the people that we cater for. And these are the things that we offer them. And these are the solutions that we find. And this is why we're in business, because we are so passionate about seeing people leaving our business in a better state mentally than when they arrived. Because we've given them exactly what it is they need, so something along those lines. And then you can go and select which categories you're in. Let's see if there's any other categories that come up. So maybe beauty salon is also applicable to your business. Maybe nail salon is also applicable to your business. So you can add them, and I think you can add up to 3. You can enter your phone number. If you've got an extension, there's an option for that. And if your page doesn't have a phone number, you would just click on that tab, enter your website here. If you have one, enter your email address there if you have one, and then if you scroll down, you can, sorry, I'm just going back to where I was, the street address. So we've already entered a dummy street address, but I mean, you can enter any address, sorry, not any address, you can enter your business address there if you are a service that provides for walk-ins, for people that come into your business. Then you definitely want to have a street address, because you'll come up in a lot of searches, and it's going to affect your targeting when you are running Facebook ads at a later stage. Okay, so if you are located inside another place, inside a mall or something like that, then you've got an option to include that here as well, which is fantastic. You can then set up all your hours, whatever your hours are, and your days. And then Impressium is not something that you're probably going to be using. It's really, to do with ownership in certain countries where you have to basically disclose ownership, and there they list the countries where you have to disclose the ownership. So in most cases this isn't required, but in your country, if it is required, then there's the opportunity to enter it. Okay, price range, it's all in dollars. Now, this doesn't mean that your clients will be paying in dollars. So it's wherever you are on the planet. This really just shows, gives the visitor an idea of what type or what category of services you provide. So if you were in the hospitality industry and you had a lodge where people could come spend the night, and we didn't want to get confused with the pricing, so we indicated that, look, this is really backpackers, so it's a $1 sign, which means it's really cheap. And if it's the Hilton Hotel on the other end of the scale, then we're probably going to go for the full $4. So this is really, think of it as a star rating in terms of your price points. So if Edwin's hair salon is, offering beard trims for $10 and hair trims for $50, then definitely we would select the first one. And if you were paying $450 for a men's hair trim, you're probably going to go towards the bottom there, or you can leave it unspecified. And if you have got a privacy policy on your website, you can enter a link here to your privacy policy. So it's important that you enter all of these details because this helps people find you when they do searches on Facebook, and it's going to help your overall SEO as well to a certain degree. SEO is search engine optimization. Okay, these are just quick links to everything that I've shown you. So location will take you straight to the address, contact will take you straight to the contact details. All right, so once you've done the About section, I just want to close this window. There we go. You have also got the option to go and include your services here. So we've already entered 2 services while we were setting up our appointment schedule. But if you click on services on the left-hand side, you can now go and enter as many services to your heart's content. If you sell any retail products, you've got the option of including them in your shop. You can make special offers, photos, videos. But what I want to mention about this is if there's any of these tabs that aren't necessarily or aren't applicable to your business, you can go to settings, which is on the top right-hand side here. And when you go to settings, you'll see on the left-hand side, there's a whole lot of options here. So there's the general settings, which I'll quickly run through, which says the page is published, so it's live. Visitor post, anyone can publish to the page, anyone can add photos and videos to the page. So what you want to do is you want to authorize that. You don't necessarily just want to allow people to post to your page, any content. So what you will do is you will select review posts by other people before they are published to the page. So now what that means is people can post to the page, but you'll be prompted to authorize it first, so that they cannot just take control of your page in the sense of, competitors just posting a link onto your page, or some nasty troll out there who just wants to be nasty. Okay, then the next one is newsfeed audience and visibility for posts. The ability to narrow the potential audience for newsfeed and limit visibility on your posts is turned off. So if you select this, it's going to allow newsfeed audience selection and post visibility. So if you're not sure what that is, on every single tab there's a little question mark there, and all you do is you hover over that and it gives you the full explanation. So in this instance, when you create a post, you can choose which people see it in newsfeed by selecting your audience's interest, gender, age, and more. You also have the option to control who sees the post in the page's timeline by limiting the audience. So I normally select this option, and that just gives me more control over who is going to see any posts. Now, ideally, I want the public to see, but if there is a reason that I want a specific audience to see the post, then I now have got that functionality. Okay, post sharing to stories is on, so that allows people to share the posts to stories. You can share it to your story, or they can share it to their Facebook story. People can contact my page privately. Definitely you want that. Tagging ability. Only people who help manage my page can tag photos. So I would like that everybody can tag photos on there, because if they tag photos and videos published on the page, it will then appear on their news feeds. And if you do find a troll who's got nothing nice to say, you can simply just ban them from the page. Okay, messages, people can contact. Okay, we've already been through that. Others tagging this, people and other pages can tag my page. That's fine. Let's just go see what the editing functionality is. Perfect, that's exactly what we want. Page location for effects. Other people can use your page's location for photos and video frames. Yes, nothing wrong with that. Country restrictions. Page is available to everyone. So here you can make a decision as to whether you want it visible to everyone, or if you want it in specific countries. And if you only, if you're operating in a specific province or town or neighborhood, then you don't really need to enable this for the entire planet. You can then go and select just your country. Okay, age restrictions. So if there's anything that's going to be posted on there that would be age restricted for whatever reason, and I don't suggest that at all, because Facebook has got very, very strict guidelines and rules when it comes to their community standards. But you might, you might want to only target people 17 or 18 or 19 or 21 or alcohol related. So, that's where the functionality comes in. So that's not necessarily that you're going to be posting age restricted items, but if your business only deals with people that are over a specific age, then you only want those individuals to be seeing your posts. Okay, page moderation. You can actually ban words. So you can type in words that you don't want to appear on your page at all. So you can type. Unfortunately, you've got to type the swear words out, but you can include swear words on there, or phrases, or phrases that are relevant to your competitors, or if someone's, if you're getting bombarded with requests and they are for a page similar to yours, but it has nothing to do with your business, and you can't convert those individuals, here would be an opportunity for you to include those phrases. Profanity filter. So this automatically identifies profanity and will then block it. So I normally just change it to strong for a business page, and I don't allow any profanity on there. Similar page suggestions, choose whether your page is recommended to others. I would leave that on. It works both ways. Your visitors might see other pages that are recommended that are similar to yours. And if your users visit other pages with businesses similar to yours, they'll then see yours automatically coming up. So I normally leave it on because I'm a firm believer in competition. Competition is very healthy. Page updates, page posts are automatically published when you update page info, milestones, receive reviews and more, leave that on, and it will give you the option to post them if you so wish. So, after a year or so, it'll give you, after you've reached X amount of likes or you've been in business for a year or on Facebook for a year, it'll prompt you to post accordingly. Okay, translate automatically. So if you're in a region where there's only one language, then this wouldn't necessarily be the case, but you might be in a region where there's multiple languages. I always tend to leave it on because if you've got tourists in your area and they want to make use of your business services, this is always great to have on. And there's an auto translate function that Facebook allows. And all you have to do is go and scroll through Facebook posts in another country, and you will see that Facebook allows or offers a translation service in the comment section, which is quite great. Okay, comment ranking. Most recent comments are shown from our page by default. Leave that on, then you'll always see the most recent ones first. Downloading to Facebook is allowed, yes, so that allows people to download the content and distribute it, which if you're branding your content using Canva, put a logo or something on there or your phone number, they're more than welcome to share the content. I mean, that's just a wider reach for your business. Okay, so all of these aren't really applicable. If you have a look at if you want to delete your page, you can at a later stage. It normally just goes into a default setting for 14 days, and thereafter asks you if you want to delete, and if you delete it, then it's gone. And then also people can go live in a watch party when one or more of your videos is playing. It's what you want to do. So if you've got a video playing or you're running a live, they can share it as a watch party in their groups or on their page, which absolutely is what you want. Merge duplicate pages. So if you have created 2 pages for your business, it becomes a bit complicated or confusing for the consumer as to which is your actual business. So it allows you the function then to merge your business pages. I would say that and that's I suppose in the case where your first business page has got a lot of traction and maybe it's got a lot of likes or followers or something, and for whatever reason you want to keep it. My personal opinion, though, is that if you've opened a second page, there was a reason for it. I'd rather go back and delete that first page and continue with the second page. I wouldn't recommend opening and closing pages for your business, though. Try and get to one page as soon as you can. Once you've got one page set up, then you are absolutely good to go. There should be no reason why you shut that page down. And the longer you run, the more social proof you build up. So the more people start following and liking and commenting, which then shows visitors to your page that you're a real business, you've been going for some time, especially if they've never heard of your business before. And Facebook themselves will start treating you differently in terms of organic content along the way. Okay, so if we go and have a look at what I wanted to show you when I came across here was the option about your information for your page. So this is another section where you can enter your details in. In fact, it's prompting me to enter the details as I showed you in the about section. So it's a bit of a duplication to what I've showed you already. Then there's a messaging option. Okay, so what's great about the messaging option is you can allow Facebook to auto respond to visitors. So let's just take one at a time. Use the return key to send messages. So the return key is your enter button on your keyboard. If you activate this, then it's difficult to go to the next line in your discussion and everything will be in one long line. So I normally leave that off and I use enter to go to the next line in my comment section, and then I use the little icon for sending messages in the comment section to send my messages. Okay, prompt people to send messages. People visiting your page may see more ways to send your message, such as chat window and so on and so forth. You leave this on because wherever Facebook provides you with an opportunity to engage with your followers, then I'll always recommend to make use of that. And in this case, I would leave it on. Okay, so automated responses, create a greeting that people will see the first time they open a conversation with you. So that's where you want to go and make a change. So you leave their name and surname in there. So it's full name and surname. Thanks for getting in touch with us on Messenger. Please send us any questions you may have. You can say something along the line, please let us know which of our services you are interested in. Fantastic, it wasn't changing. So, silly Edwin, didn't click on change. Let me go click on change. So if that happens to you, you now know how to fix it. You click on the word change and it'll allow you then to go and edit it. So now you can go and edit it. Please let us know what services. Maybe we should say something along the lines of which services you are interested in. Okay, you'll see there's a character count here, 124 out of 160, so I've got a bit of an opportunity. Let's see if I can ask them for a phone number. Please also provide your contact number. And that's too much, so you use that icon which is universally accepted as contact number, and we save it. Okay, so we're prompting people to send us messages. We've asked them for their contact numbers, and there are reminders that are going to be sent out with appointments that are scheduled. So we've now set up the messaging functionality. So what we'd like to do next is go to templates and tabs. And I think that was the reason why I brought you to this page in the first place, but just as well we did so we can go through everything. So we've got a template, and the template is all these tabs here. But let's say there was something that we didn't want to make use of, like events, for example. You just click on settings and you change it to off, and the events tab will then disappear and you will no longer have it. So you can come and set all your different tabs here that you are going to potentially use or not use. And then if there's more functions that you require to show your visitors that aren't listed here, you can go and choose different templates. And in those templates, you can then go and view the details to see what type of tabs they have. And if those are more applicable to your business, then you can apply this template as opposed to what the template you already have. And once you've applied this template, you can then go and deselect any of the tabs. So this gives you control over your business page. And this is why it's so important to make use of a business page set up correctly versus trying to use your personal Facebook page as a business page, because your personal Facebook page doesn't have all of this functionality. So let me go through the rest. Let's go through post attribution, sorry. So you can either post as yourself in your personal capacity, but what you want to be doing is you want to be answering people as your business. So you're going to select post as Edwin's Hair Salon. Notifications, so here you can then select which notifications you want to receive and when do you want to receive them. Do you want to receive them each time there's activity on your page? That's what I normally select. And then you can go through each one of these functions. And it's simply just a matter of setting up, do you want to receive emails? Do you want to receive a message? Do you want to receive text messages? And when do you want to receive this? So you can turn off any of these notifications. Some of them might not be applicable to your business, and or it's information you don't need to know about, and you're just going to get unnecessary notifications, and you can just simply turn them off. So page roles is what I spoke about earlier on. So now you can add additional administrators to your page, and you can assign. You can change the roles. I beg your pardon, or you can assign a new page role. So and you can change it from administrator to editor to moderator. So at this stage, you'll see I'm the administrator. If someone's going to be working on your page, then you can put them as an adverter. Sorry, my pronunciation left me there. An advertiser, or a moderator, or an even editor. I really wouldn't make use of administration functions for anybody else, employees, or anybody like that. It's very rare. If you're business partners or something, then sure, maybe you can look at using the administrator function for the two or three of you. But employees or team members or anybody like that, if you give them administrative functions and you forget about it and they leave your business, don't forget they're going to have access to your business for years to come. And unfortunately, if they're disgruntled, then they could cause a lot of harm to your business. So you can allocate new people here. You simply type their names in, you find their Facebook pages, you click on them, and you then make them editor, moderator, or advertiser. So an advertiser is if it's an existing agency and somebody inside the agency wants to work on them, and for whatever reason the agency is unable to get access to your business, your advert account, then you could make them an advertiser here. Not recommended. It is recommended to rather give them access to your ad account, and give them access to as a partner in your business manager. That's the way to go about doing it. If you've got employees that are going to be doing advertising for you, the same as what I've just said now, but there is the functionality of entering it here. So you can add more people, to manage your page. So if you want people to respond, or if you want people to moderate comments, then this is where you'd add them to your page. All right, so if there's other pages that like your page, you're going to be able to see them here. You can delete them, you can ban them, and if they're banned, then they can't take any further action on your page. Okay, so in years gone by, you were able to set up your page audience in this tab. What's happened now is they've removed it and they've moved it to your ad manager. And in your ad manager account, you can now select audience demographics and psychographics. And that's what I was speaking about earlier on. And that's really what, gives Facebook the power that it does to to all business owners. For the life of me, I don't understand why the big brands aren't spending, half, if not three quarters of their ad spend on the likes of Facebook and Instagram, and Google and YouTube and LinkedIn. I mean, these are the major platforms, and it's where the attention is. Nobody's watching TV anymore. The numbers are dwindling. Stations are battling. It's all, there's a revolution taking place. People are watching platforms like Netflix and on-demand services, and that's where you want to be. Okay, so you can select a country that you're going to be running your ads in. I wouldn't change anything here at this stage. I would leave this just as it is, because all of this can be managed from your ad account. And in fact, all of these settings on the bottom here aren't really going to be applicable at this stage, other than Instagram. You'd like to manage Instagram through your Facebook account as well, because it gives you full functionality. So you'd need your Instagram login details, and you can then connect the account to your Facebook account, which would then allow you to run adverts from your Facebook ad manager on both Instagram and on Facebook. So it's a matter of logging on and allowing the access. So I'm not going to do it now. It's really, really simple to do. So there is a whole lot of functions that I've shared with you in your page, and if you've paused the video at every step and gone through your existing page or set up your page should be good to go. Facebook platform does make changes from time to time. So at the time of watching this video, you might find that some of the functionality, the look and feel has changed. But if you play around on the site, you're going to find those options. And if not, then they might have discontinued. So just remember that as well. What you want to do is you want to go to publishing tools, which is quite handy. There's a function on here which makes content distribution a lot easier. So a lot of people forget to post on their Facebook pages. They find it tedious and time consuming, and they wish they could rather just allocate 2 or 3 hours to take photos, shoot videos, and then spread it out through the month. So the first thing I want to say is social media works if you social. So that means you need to be posting at least once a day across all your platforms. If anybody comments on there, you need to get back to that comment as soon as you can. So you need to schedule a few minutes every day at predetermined times if you have to, where you just log onto your social media pages, you look for comments, and any comments, you need to respond. First of all, you need to thank them for their comment or their post or whatever it was that they did, or their share, their like. And once you've thanked them, you need to create a second comment by asking them a question. So what favorite color, or if this was you, what color would you have opted for? So that you can get an answer from them. If they answer the question, they say, well, I love blue, but blue wouldn't have worked here. For me personally, I would have chosen red. Then you can, engage further and say, oh, that's fantastic. We find that red works really, really well. And sometimes a combination of red and orange highlights works incredibly well. And so the point I'm making is you're actually prompting a conversation to start. You want people to answer you, to comment on your posts. You want to answer them, and you want to then ask them a question, which is then going to create 4, 5, 6, 7 comments deep per comment that comes up onto your page. Facebook's going to see that as engagement, and they're going to share it to more viewers for free because you are engaging. So there's your tips. So number one is you need to post every single day. Number two, you need to go on as soon as you can. If you've got somebody who's working on a PC, have their notifications switched on, allow them onto your Facebook so that they can handle the notifications as they come up and respond to them. So those would be my tips. But now, how do we do it? The one way to do it is every day shoot fresh videos and take fresh content, but we can't always do that. So allocate some time in the beginning of the week, shoot a vlog, a 10, 15, 20-minute video, and then take that video and take snapshots or images with a bit of content below it. You can strip the audio out of that and use that for a podcast. You can use that snips of the video for Instagram. So you can take all that content that I spoke about earlier on, and you can chop it up into bite-sized segments, and you can schedule it. All you do is you choose a photo, you schedule it the way you would, but instead of share now, you would click on the share now option and you would click on schedule. And what's going to happen is you can then go and choose a date and time to your suiting, where it can then automatically post. So if you wanted to post something in the evening, you would just change that to PM, and maybe you wanted to post at 6 p.m. and then or 6:21 p.m. and then you click on schedule, and whatever you were busy with, whatever post you were busy setting up would then post automatically. So that's really, really an exciting function that Facebook offers. All right, so in essence, that's really what you're going to require for your page to be set up. So you're going to have a profile picture and a Facebook cover that a cover photo that's going to include your contact details and maybe just a blurb about what it is that you offer. You're going to go to the About section and you're going to change, or you're going to edit all the settings to include your contact details, your operating hours, all the information that a visitor would need to understand what your business is all about. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go and edit those tabs that I showed you earlier on in terms of the services that you offer. If you wanted to include a shop, for example, or remove the shop, you could do that in the settings. And then in the settings tab, there was all the functionality about, the auto messaging that you can set up and so on and so forth. So what I really suggest is, now that you've watched this section of the video, is to go back to the beginning of this section of the video and play it again and follow along with your own page on a second screen. So have two screens open, one showing the video, and all you do is you just press pause. So if I show you how to do something, just press pause, go to the second screen and go and just double check that your settings are right and that you've implemented correctly. Whatever the video has, or whatever the section of the video is. So if you haven't done that already, then I suggest pause the video now, go and do it, and then come back. Great, so I'm hoping you've done that. So this video is shot in one long video, but this section is relevant to a different tool that Facebook offers, which is relevant to your business. So if you haven't already watch the video from the beginning, then as I said before, you paused, do that. Otherwise, just follow along on two screens and you'll be able to implement as you learn. So now the next thing to do is to link this up to the business manager. So if you want to go to business manager and you're on this specific page, all you do is you click that little arrow on the top right hand side of your page and you select the business manager tab. Now, you won't have many like I had. You should just have the one business manager account. But if you do have more than one, they'll both then appear there. So what's going to happen is, remember I said what you want to do is you want to click on the top left-hand side, those three buttons, the hamburger, if you will, and you click on business settings, which then opens up your business manager account and it shows you the full functionality of the business manager account. So you would, because you created this business manager account, you would then automatically be in there as a user. And then at this stage, you're not going to worry about partners, but you are going to want to add your page. So you click on add page. And now you've got three different options. You can add a page. If your business already owns this page, you need to own it. For example, another company created the page for you. You're going to claim it, or you're going to request access to a page, or you can create a new page from scratch. So in this instance, we don't need to create a new page or get access to the page. What we want to do is we want to add the page. Okay, so there's Edwin's hair salon. We click on it because what we're looking for is the URL on top here. And let's go and have a look. And we'll ignore all the rest of this. We just take that first section. Let's put that in there. There we go. So it's now opened up Edwin's hair salon. We click on Edwin's hair salon and we add the page. So now you can see the page is now on our business manager account. Now what needs to happen is we need to create an ad account. So this particular business manager account that I created does not have an ad account. So I'm going to create an ad account, and once again it gives me different options. So if I look at the bottom, I can create a new ad account. The second one is, or second from the bottom, request access to an ad account. So this is what your agency that you outsource your business to would do, is they would request access to your ad account. Or if you wanted to add an account that already exists, you can claim it and move it into Business Manager as your own. So it won't have access, but you'll claim it as your own. So in this instance, we want to create a new ad account. So From scratch, you're going to go click on create a new ad account. We're going to give this a name. So let's call it Edwin's ad account. The time zone, now this is important that you set it to whichever country that you are in, and it's important that you change the currency as well. If you don't change these two, unfortunately, you're not going to have an opportunity at a later stage. So take the time to make sure you choose the correct time zone for your area, and you choose the correct currency for your area. You click on next. And now we're going to read this. Correctly selecting this is important. It will ensure the other business name is displayed across Facebook when you create an ad on their behalf, including in the Why Am I Seeing This Ad dialog. You may also gain access to the other business audience manager features, including the custom audience sizes and the overlap tool. This ad account will be used for my business. Click on create. Now you're going to go and allocate an individual. So if you've got more than one person on your business manager, you would select who it's going to be. So in this instance, it should just be you if you're setting it up from scratch. And it's important to give full access to yourself. Otherwise, you won't be able to have the full functionality of the ad account. And there we go. So there is your ad account ID number. But it will also appear on the ad account. So let's click on close, and you can see now we are in ad accounts. Before there was no ad account, and now there is an ad account here. The next thing that you want to do is you want to go and view payment methods. So you are unable to start running any paid advertising yet because you have not yet included payment methods. So you want to go and click on view payment methods. Okay, so there are no payment methods. What's going to happen here is it's very important to set up a payment method. If you don't set up a payment method, you will not be able to load any ads. So here you're going to, because you've chosen your country and ZAR, you've got one more opportunity to make a change. If not, then you're going to continue. So if you've got a VAT ID number, you can enter it there because Facebook does charge VAT if that's applicable in your country. So if you're VAT registered, you can include your VAT ID on there. Right, and now you can include your credit or debit card, provided it's American Express, MasterCard, or Visa. You put in all the details here, and once you've done that, you continue. So I'm not going to do that now because I already have ad accounts up and running, which I'm going to use. This was purely for demonstration purposes. Once you've done that, you can also go and set your account spend limit. So if you're concerned that Facebook's just going to spend money, and you forget about it or lose track, you can then go and set a limit of whatever it is. And when it reaches that limit, it will automatically stop all your ads. At that stage, you would be required to either accept the fact that they've stopped and be happy with the results. Alternatively, you can then go and clear your ad spending limit and reset it so that your ads can start running again. So this allows you to set a limit, and from the time you start running your ads, when it gets to whatever the figure is that you've entered there, once there arrives at that point, the ads will automatically switch off. So there's never any fear of you overspending more than what you expected to spend. Okay, so really what we've done then in this training video is we've taken you through the process of how to set up a business manager account, how to set up a business page, a business fan page, and how to set up an ads manager account. With those three tools, you will be able to run campaigns. With using your ads manager, you'd be able to run campaigns that can target specific audiences that you create that meet the demographic and psychographic requirements that you set up. The ad manager also has a fantastic feature which allows you to upload the details of your existing clients. Facebook will then go and find their Facebook accounts for those that have them. Facebook will not share the information with you, so you will never know whose Facebook accounts was found. Because the reason for that is they want to identify commonalities that you would never have thought of. It might be that your customers have an affinity for a certain type of pet or a certain shopping mall or a certain publication that you weren't aware of. And Facebook, through tracking their Facebook pages and their activity, would then identify these commonalities. Once they've done that, Facebook creates an avatar using the commonalities of what your ideal client's online presence looks like, and then creates a lookalike audience. So you can then go and select a geographical region and create this lookalike audience based on the demographics and psychographics of your existing customer base. And as I explained at the beginning of this video, what that means is the chances are they're going to make use of your services, because if we've got commonalities between us in our group, our circle of friends or acquaintances, what will happen is our spending patterns would be very similar, or in this instance, in that lookalike audience. So Facebook will never tell you who those individuals are. They'll create an audience and tell you that there's 10,000 people in this geographic location that match the demographics and psychographics of your customer base, and will allow you to run an advert through to them. So that's what we've done. That concludes this training video. We've set up a business manager and ad account, and we've set up a Facebook business fan page for your business. So really, really hope that you got value out of this video, and that it helps you to set up your business, and would really appreciate some feedback in the comments below. Did this video help you? Would you like to see more of these type of videos? And if you need further advice or assistance, then just contact us in the comments below, and we will certainly reach out to you. So once again, thank you for watching this video, and I really, really hope it's helped your business grow.